everyone. Welcome to Live Interactive English. This is Karen.
Welcome back, everybody. I am Shane.
Today we're looking at day 2 of Down the Rabbit Hole of English, inspired by Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. And the vocabulary words are behavior.
Behavior.
The mother told her children to be on their best behavior during the dinner.
Associate.
Associate.
The heart symbol is associated with love.
Encounter.
Encounter.
Yesterday, I had a brief encounter with my neighbor, whom I usually never see.
Grin.
Grin.
He greeted us with a wave and a grin.
Mysterious.
Mysterious.
The universe is huge and mysterious.
It sure is.
So we're still talking about some expressions that people use from the story Alice's
Adventures in Wonderland.
Or Alice in Wonderland.
That's right. So what are some more of these?
I remember there's one, Mad as a Hatter.
Mad as a Hatter, because the character is the Mad Hatter in the book, right? So I think we associate this with the movie, but in fact, this was an expression before the book was actually written.
That's right.
But it's very closely connected to the Mad Hatter and Alice in Wonderland story.
And then there's also another one. Is it Cheshire Cat grin?
Yeah.
Like smiling grin.
Yeah, that huge grin. And when he would disappear, the last thing you would still see is his big, giant grin.
That's right.
So usually if you have a Cheshire grin, it looks like you're up to something mischievous. You're going to be naughty or bad.
So that's another expression that we usually hear from Alice in Wonderland. And also, there's one more. The Queen of Hearts, who usually get angry very easily, as she would say, off with their heads.
That's right.
Because she has a really terrible temper, right? So someone who gets really, really angry easily.
That means she wants you to go cut off their heads.
That's right.
It's kind of scary, actually, right?
It is, but it's an expression. You're not really cutting off people's heads.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's learn more about these cool expressions in Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Down the Rabbit Hole of English, inspired by Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
At one point, Alice comes to a garden tea party, where the guests seem to have lost their minds. One of these guests is the Hatter, whose quirky behavior makes no sense at all to Alice. Although the phrase "mad as a Hatter" existed before the book, it is today very strongly associated with Alice's encounter with the Hatter from the story.
Welcome to Live Interactive English Magazine. Today's lesson is called Down the Rabbit Hole of English, inspired by Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Day 2. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
Wow, that was great. You got it all in one breath. Fantastic work. Take a break. Yes, we're going down the rabbit hole. We're finding much more complicated stuff that's come from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. What we're really focused on today, though, is the English that's come from. So let's move on with it and find out more great phrases and expressions that come from Alice's Adventures as we go with her through the story.
Yeah. As some of you might know, in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Alice finds herself at a tea party.
This is one of the great scenes from the movie, too.
One of the great scenes from the movie as well, the Disney movie. Anyways, yes, at one point, Alice comes to a garden tea party where the guests are lovely. No, the guests there, they seem to have lost their minds. They're totally crazy, totally weird.
That's right. And one of these guests is the Hatter, whose quirky behavior makes no sense at all to Alice. The Hatter, the Mad Hatter, memorably played by Johnny Depp in the movie, and he is a weird guy. He is definitely strange. He has quirky behavior. That's definitely true, and it makes no sense. Alice doesn't understand what this guy is talking about.
Yeah, quirky. That means strange, weird, bizarre, but usually if someone's quirky, they're weird or strange or bizarre in a good way.
Kind of an interesting way.
Yeah, the Hatter, though, he's kind of ominous, kind of a scary guy. His behavior is definitely off-putting. Anyways, though, let's talk about this word behavior right now. It's a noun. Very simply, everyone, behavior is just a word that refers to how someone or something acts. Okay, here The Mad Hatter, the Hatter, is acting strangely, or you could say that this person is exhibiting quirky behavior. For example, the mother told her children to be on their best behavior during the dinner. Yes, everyone, act politely at dinner. Be on your best behavior.
There you go. Be polite, say please and thank you. That kind of behavior is what you would expect from your kids at an important formal dinner. Let's get back to the article. It says, although the phrase mad as a hatter existed before the book, people had used this phrase before Lewis Carroll wrote the book. It had existed before the book. It is today very strongly associated with Alice's encounter with the Hatter from the story. All right, so people did say he was mad as a hatter, something to do with the chemicals that people who made hats used that could actually cause mental problems. That's where the expression came from, and that's why the character in the book is a hatter and behaves in that way. But because the book was so famous and so widely read for many years afterwards, that expression is strongly associated with Alice and with the book. It's associated. To be associated is to link or to join or to connect in some way, especially people or ideas or something like that. For example, the heart symbol is associated with love. When you see a heart, you think of love. It's associated with love.
Okay, now before we take a break, we've got one more vocabulary word to talk about, the word encounter.
Yes.
Okay, the word encounter can be both a noun and a verb. Anyways, we're talking about Alice's encounter with the Hatter. Well, if she has an encounter with the Hatter, that means she encountered the Hatter. Notice I've used that word encounter as both a noun and as a verb. Anyways, to encounter someone or something is to come into contact with that person or thing, often by chance. Yes, you can encounter someone, or you can have an encounter with that person. Anyways, for example, yesterday I had a brief encounter with my neighbor whom I usually never see. So you had an encounter or you encountered that neighbor. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break. But don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们在第一天的课文学到几个来自《爱丽丝梦游仙境》的用语，像是 down the rabbit hole、chase a white rabbit 以及 curiouser and curiouser。课文接着提到故事里面一个知名的场景，爱丽丝她来到一个花园下午茶派对，那边的宾客看起来好像都发疯了一样。那其中有一名宾客是 Hatter 疯帽子，他的举止非常奇怪，非常不合理。那其实英文里面有一个用语叫做 mad as a hatter， 在《爱丽丝梦游仙境》这本书出现之前呢就有了。据说在19世纪的时候，英国的帽匠因为长期使用水银来处理做帽子用的皮革，那导致他们中毒，就会有走路摇晃啊、肌肉抽搐啊、说话不清楚，甚至产生幻觉的症状。于是就有 mad as a hatter， 像帽匠一样疯狂的这种用语出现。不过现在这个用语确实跟爱丽丝跟疯帽子相遇的事件有强烈的关联。这边有3个单字 behavior 它当不可数名词表示行为举止。那么 associate 是动词，它表示使什么连结，使什么联想到。我们常用 A be associated with B 来表达 A 会联想到 B，A 和 B 有关。至于 encounter 这个字可以当名词也可以当动词来表示偶遇或者是邂逅。我们再来看补充单字 quirky 它是形容古怪的或是奇特的。那 Jeff 老师说的 bizarre 也可以用来形容古怪的或是非比寻常的。好，老师还有用到2个形容词来描述疯帽子。他说 ominous它是形容不祥的，或是让人觉得好像有坏事要发生的。还有 off-putting 则是形容令人讨厌的。接回到课文中。
Down the rabbit hole of English inspired by Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
Another important character in the story is the Cheshire Cat, with his extra wide smile, the last part of him to fade when he disappears into thin air. Named for this character, a Cheshire Cat grin is a grin which is very wide and just as mischievous.
Big smile.
There's a character that's very famous from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. This particular character is known because of its smile.
That's
because of its grin.
Yeah, one of the other most famous characters along with the Mad Hatter. It says another important character in the story is the Cheshire Cat with his extra wide smile. The last part of him to fade when he disappears into thin air. I believe she finds a cat up a tree. He disappears, but his smile, his big toothy smile, is up there still hanging in the air. It's a very mysterious and weird encounter that Alice has. Named for this character, a Cheshire Cat grin is a grin which is very wide and just as mischievous. Okay, so of course the smile of the cat is very big, it's very well known, and when we talk about a big toothy smile, we often use this word grin. It can also be a verb, to grin, but here we're using it as a noun. A grin is just a big smile when you're showing lots of teeth, like you might make in a photograph when you and your friends are trying to look very, very happy and joyful. Just like that, but not quite as creepy. Anyway, so he's got this big grin. It's very wide, as a grin should be. And of course, in the story, it's mischievous. That means a little bit clever, a little bit crafty, a little bit tricky, something like that. So a big mischievous grin might make you think the person is playing a trick on you, or they're trying to hide something that you might not want to know about. For example, he greeted us with a wave and a grin. A wave and a big smile.
Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be back with more after this.
故事里面还有一个重要的角色是 Cheshire Cat。柴郡猫，当它要凭空消失的时候，它那个招牌的超大微笑就是全身上下最后一个消失的部分。那现在人们则是用 Cheshire Cat Grin 柴郡猫的微笑来指非常灿烂，而且跟柴郡猫一样淘气的笑容。好，这边有一个单词是 grin。Grin 可以当名词或动词，表示咧嘴大笑、露齿而笑。那我们要表达露齿微笑，你也可以说 a toothy smile。Toothy 就是用来形容露齿的、露牙齿的。刚刚 Mike 老师有提到 crafty 这个形容词 ，crafty 则是形容狡猾的、诡计多端的或者是奸诈的。这回到课文中。
Down the rabbit hole of English inspired by Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
Finally, there is the Queen of Hearts, a ruler who is quick to anger, yelling, "Off with their heads!" whenever she is displeased with her subjects. Variations on this phrase originally came from Shakespeare, but it is now remembered because of the Queen of Hearts and her terrible temper. Created more than 150 years ago, Wonderland remains a place where readers love to get lost. Perhaps it's no surprise then that with these common phrases, we've brought a little bit of Alice's mysterious world into our own.
So we've had a white rabbit,
Yep.
We've had the Mad Hatter,
Oh, yeah.
and then the Cheshire Cat, which is actually kind of tough to say. Cheshire Cat.
Cheshire Cat, yeah.
We're forgetting someone. We're forgetting the Queen of Hearts.
That's right, kind of the main bad guy, sort of, from the story. Finally, it says, there is the Queen of Hearts, a ruler who is quick to anger, meaning she gets angry quickly, yelling off with their heads whenever she is displeased with her subjects, meaning, yes, cut off their heads, which is, of course, what a crazy, angry king or queen would say, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And get this, variations on this phrase, off with their heads, originally came from Shakespeare, but is now remembered because of the Queen of Hearts and her terrible temper. So apparently Lewis Carroll outdid William Shakespeare. People now associate this phrase with him and not Shakespeare. Yeah, to outdo Shakespeare as a writer, that's quite a feat.
Not
well
bad.
done,
Yeah.
Lewis Carroll, even if you were a bit of a strange guy. Anyways, created more than 150 years ago, Wonderland remains a place where readers love to get lost. That's true.
It is. It's a very, very...
I haven't been lost there in quite a long time, but
No?
maybe, just maybe, after our lesson, I'll go down the rabbit hole myself.
Yeah, it's a great book to go back to as an adult. You'll enjoy it on a whole other level. Perhaps it's no surprise then that with these common phrases, we've brought a little bit of Alice's mysterious world into our own.
All right, everyone, that does it for our article. But before we end our lesson and ask the what do you think question, we have the final vocabulary word of the day to discuss, the adjective mysterious. The word mysterious describes something that is hard, if not impossible, to explain. Or it describes something that is just really hard to understand, kind of like Wonderland, that strange, magical, and mysterious world of Lewis Carroll's creation. Anyways, for example, the universe. The universe is huge and mysterious. All right, folks, let's not wait any longer. Let's move on to the what do you think question right now. Mike,
yes.
Can you think of a way to apply one of these phrases to your own life or something you have noticed? Good question, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a time that I might say off with their heads. A few times I might have wanted to say off with their heads for some bad drivers, for example, but no, I think curiouser and curiouser might be something I would say if a friend was telling me a story that seemed to start off fairly normal and then kind of took a turn for the strange. I might say, curiouser and curiouser. How about you? Is there a certain phrase there that you really like and you might use?
Not really.
No?
The fact that curiouser and curiouser isn't grammatically correct has turned me off these phrases once and for all.
That's too bad.
That's too bad. Anyways, folks, with that, our lesson is now complete, and it's time for us to say bye-bye.
Take care.
下一个要介绍的人物是红心王后 Queen of Hearts， 她是一个爱生气的统治者，只要不高兴就会大吼 Off with their heads， 砍掉他们的头。那这个用语有不同的变化形式，最初是源自于莎士比亚，不过现在人们会记住这个用语，主要就是因为红心王后跟她的坏脾气。那以这件事情来说 Lewis Carroll 这个作者似乎超越了莎士比亚。刚刚 Jeff 老师用到 outdo L-U-T-D-O 这个动词，它表示胜过或是超越。至于补充单字 variation 是当名词，表示变体或者是变化形式。好，虽然《爱丽丝梦游仙境》是150多年前的作品，不过人们到现在都还是很喜欢迷失在爱丽丝的神秘世界里，所以在现实生活中去使用故事里面一些用语也就见怪不怪了。那我们最后来看单字 mysterious 就是形容神秘的，是当形容词。好啦，以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。大家好，我是 Hanny。在今天的课程中，我们要介绍6个文法重点。第一个是副词片语 at one point， 第二个是 where 引导关系子句的非限定用法，第三个是片语 lose one's mind， 第四个是句型 be quick to 加上原形动词，第五个是分词构句，第六个是 whenever 做连接词的用法。首先我们来学习副词片语 at one point 表示一度曾经，例如 Holly looked upset and at one point I thought she was going to burst into tears. Holly 看起来很不开心，而且我一度认为她会突然哭出来。接着我们来学习 where 引导关系子句的非限定用法。Where 做关系副词可以引导关系子句来修饰表示地点的先行词。如果先行词是特定明确的地点 where 的前方必须加上逗号，那这时候关系子句的功能是用来补充说明先行词，这就是非限定用法。例如 They visited Jiufen where the film A City of Sadness was set。 他们去参观九份，是悲情城市这部电影的拍摄场景。接下来我们来学习片语 lose one's mind 表示发疯或是失去理智。例如 You want to spend $100,000 NT on lottery tickets? Have you lost your mind? 你想花新台币10万元买乐透，你疯了吗？接下来我们来学习句型 be quick to 加上原形动词，表示立刻怎么样，马上怎么样。例如He's always quick to make excuses for himself. 他总是会马上替自己找借口。再看个例句 Their manager is quick to anger. 他们的经理很容易生气。例句中的 be quick to anger 表示容易生气，易于发怒，就相当于 have a quick temper。接着 我们来学习分词构句的用法。以对等连接词 and 连接两个主词相同的子句时，可以省略 and 以及其中一个主词，并将动词改成分词。动词是主动的时候就用现在分词，被动的时候就用过去分词。例如 She picked up the book, putting it back on the shelf. 她把书捡起来，放回书架上。最后我们来学习 whenever 做连接词的用法，表示任何时候或是无论何时怎么样怎么样。例如 You're welcome to visit us whenever you want. 无论你何时想来拜访，我们随时都欢迎。以上是今天的重点整理，我们下次见喽 See you next time. Bye.
欢迎收看就爱讲英文，
我是悠悠，
我是季安。
我跟你说，我昨天啊又买了一条裙子
啊，就爱
美不美啊？
好，美。可是你怎么又买新衣服了？
我跟你讲，美丽的衣服永远不嫌多，好吗？女人的衣柜永远少一件，但是我总觉得啊，
你想要退货吗？
有点不合身。
不合身。
我想问对方有没有其他的赛数，
被
安娜供呢？比如说之前有 S 号的吗
？S 号嘛，哈，这个我们中文里面常常都会讲什么 S 啊、
S、M
啊、L 啊，
L
对，不要这样讲了哈。
好，就拍贴。
这个 S 呢就是 small 小号，那 M 就是 medium 大号的是 L large 不要念 L 哈 L OK 就是这个 S M 跟 L 大中小号，
对，
小中大号。
可是我想问说，你有没有小号的？
这个有没有小号的？Do you have this in a small?
Do you have this in a small?
所以你有没有大号的 ？Do you have this?
不是大号。
Do you have this in a large?
Do you have this in a large?
对，那如果是特大号，加个 X， 对不对？所以 XL 就是 extra large。Extra
large, XL。
对，那像你的话，应该就是 XS， 对不对 ？Extra small。Extra
small， 骗人
哦，
好。那如果我们是店员的话，要怎么说？哎呀，我帮你查一下哦。
查询这个动作就是很常见的这个 check， 所以 Let me check for you。
Let me check for you。
Let me check for you。那如果不用查，我知道哪边有 ，OK。秀蛋姐，我来帮你睇。Let me get it for you.
Let me get it for you. 哦，还有，我们也会问说，你有没有修改服务？
修改服务，
比如说太长了改短，太短了改长，这样子，太少了改放松这样。
短裤子改成长裤。Do you have fitting service?
Do you have fitting service?
那这边 fit 不管做形容词或者是动词都有合身的意思。那这边呢 fitting 现在分词就是修改，这边当成修改的意思，所以 fitting service 就修改服务咯，为了要合身嘛
对，有的我们可以帮你把长裤改成短裤。
Yes, we can shorten the pants for you. We can shorten the pants for you.
Yes, we can shorten the pants for you. 有些的店员也很贴心哦，
对，
会问这个客人说：“哎呀，你的试穿的怎么样？我帮你，不是，穿起来感觉如何？要不要换大一点的呢？”
你知道 How does it feel?
How does it feel?
穿起来感觉怎么样？那这边注意一下 ，it 指的就是单件的，像是这个衣服啊、上衣啊、内衣啊这些。How does it feel? 但如果呢是复数的，像是裤子。因为两个裤管，对不对？所以你就要变成 How do they feel?
How do they feel?
你就不能说 How does it feel? 因为这样就只有一个裤管。
这颜色真适合我呢。
I think this is my color.
I think this is my color.
或者是呢 It suits me really well.
Really well.
超适合我的 It suits me really well.
要是试穿不合身，要怎么回答？还有，如果建议客人或者你朋友有没有觉得，这个尺寸或这个颜色不太好，怎么说？
这个不合身，你就直接说 It doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit.
或者是像裤子 They don't fit.
They don't fit.
就不合。那你说我需要穿大一点的 I need to try on a bigger size.
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 或者是你穿出来，合身是合身的，但是你朋友觉得，这个颜色不对哦，试试看其他颜色好了。You can try them， 或者是 you can try it in a different color.
You can try it in a different color. You can try them in a different color. 哇，我们接下来看今天的
Live action.
Excuse me.
Yep.
It doesn't fit. I want to try it on a bigger size.
Sure. How about medium?
That's fine. I also like to try it in a different color.
Sure. What color? Which color would you like?
The pink ones look great. Oh, the red. Oh no, the pink. Oh no, the red. Oh no, no, the pink. The pink ones look great.
Okay, wait a second. I'll get it for you.
Oh, the red. Oh no, the pink. Oh no, the blue.
I'll get it for you.